They Live is a documentary. They are a constant aerial phenomenon happening all around us 24 hours a day. Usually you cannot see or witness these phenomena unless you know what to look for. And this is a clip of basically an accumulation of things that aren't the walkers. The walkers are, if you're familiar with the videos on each channel, those are the ones that are moving at multiple, thousands of miles per hour that you can't see without a high-powered camera. These you can't really, you can observe them with the naked eye, but you don't have keen enough perception to know what you're really looking at without going back in time and analyzing it, essentially. Consumer technology is going to outpace the government's ability to keep these things secret much longer, more or less. That's part of the point of this channel. Today we're going to change the format up though. I'm going to narrate, and we're just going to look at a collection of footage as well as some photographs of obviously terrestrial human vehicles, and then, like the first clip here, a couple of unknowns, we have no clue who they are. Honestly, I've noticed a lot of activity since the beginning of September last year. I never intended to begin filming these things so heavily, but it just seems like anytime I go outside now, I can almost point the camera up and catch something if I try hard enough. I think at this point it's more just a perspective thing. If you've watched any of the other videos of the channel, there's some audio phenomena that I've captured, but aside from that, it's basically, high-speed clips. You wouldn't know what's there without a high-speed lens and, probably some type of photo editing software to go frame by frame. Anyway, let's get into this first clip. As you can see up here, you have this white orb. Kind of just drifts perfectly through the frame. It's definitely underneath its own intelligent control and some type of propulsion, though it's not visible what that is. There's really no any kind of features on the craft. It just kind of trundles through. But I want you to keep this shape in mind because we're going to finish off the video with something similar tied back into today. This is filmed back on March 21st, just kind of outside on the river looking at things. Next, we're going to jump over to clip 2 from the 22nd. Here you can see 2 birds in the frame. I think these are birds anyway. Those may be walkers. It's hard to say. That actually looks like there might be 2 walkers. That's not the point of this clip, though. This one is from the 22nd. And then we're going to move over, and I believe this is the twins. Yeah, it is. This one's crazy. So we'll take it back here. You can kind of see them into the frame. This was not observed during the time of filming. I could have seen it technically, but I couldn't really observe anything this time, so I got back and blew it up on the screen. But and I have pretty good vision. I have 20/20 according to the optometrist. With the frame, so I can get you a little bit better view. Yeah, a little close because I've never seen anything quite like this. So initially, when you go through, it appears to be, 2 dots initially, kind of separate. You can kind of make out cloud cover, some type of space in between. It really doesn't look like they're connected like you would see with the plane traditionally. Just looks like 2 weird dots. But as we kind of advance through the frame, there's some type of light that comes on. And then look at this shit. Look at that. It seems to get brighter, brighter, brighter. Is it aiming at the camera? Is it looking at me? It seems like I'm at its fucking sights right here. It almost completely disappears. It does disappear and comes back. Honestly, that's not even the highlight of this clip. We're gonna walk you through the rest of it real slow. So you can see the light kind of goes out. You can see the light comes back on, goes out again. Not sure if it's still observing me or not. Look at this. Look at this. Multiple craft avoiding it. Look at that. Look at this. Look. You see this dot? Look at that. Look. Just avoids it. He knows it's there. Or is it observing it? Look, it goes, oh, completely reflects. Just goes in the opposite direction, takes up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What in the Lord? I think that's not even the only one. There's another one. Maybe that was him. Look, the walker just completely avoids it and knows it's right there. And jump over to the second clip. same craft, basically just a second or two in difference, also found on the 22nd. You can kind of see what appears to be the light again. So another. And look, you can see a big space between them. It's distinctly two different objects. Even though the light kind of, when it turns on the light right here, definitely almost fool yourself into thinking it's a plane. But if it was a plane, how would the walker, been able to avoid it unless he knew it was there? Here we're going to switch back up to a clip from the 23rd during the day. You can't really tell at first, but these two over here are Blackhawks. There's been a lot of military, a lot of helicopter activity, and then there's a flight school that's close by too. So there's a lot of noise during the day. Sometimes you can discern what's chopper, what's plane. But these are completely silent. They basically just flew over the road, and I caught them by accident. I was able to get my phone out fast enough. It'll take it a couple more frames. Here you can really start to get a distinction. You can see what it is once you zoom in proper. Two choppers, you can see the rotors and the tail pretty distinctly. Check out the ship. What is that? What is that? It's clearly something. It's not. It's moving so fast. It's just you barely capture it. Look at that. Comes into the frame. Comes into the frame and banks. Banks right there. Changes shape. Follow. Turns to follow the river. Lets it follow on the Blackhawks. Kind of looks like it from this trajectory. We'll take it back out. You can't see the choppers anymore. You wouldn't even know this was here unless you recorded it and slowed it frame by frame. Look at that. Look at that clear cut through the frame. And then you can get a nice shot of the choppers back here going into the distance. Head towards the Army base. Just like that. And this one is from the 31st. It was kind of overcast this day, so I was mainly out just getting reference shots. This is the prop plane from the pilot school, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. I mean, it can't fly that high, and at this altitude, it's distinctly a plane. It's got a pretty obvious plane body. Here's another shot from the same day, the 31st. This is a commercial airliner. I believe this one is leaving hobby and not push based on the direction it's leaving, but you never know. You can kind of see, I zoom in so you can get a real good idea of what a plane looks like at this range. It's not in the clip for 2 or 3 seconds. It's shaped very distinctly like a plane. You have the tail, the engines, which are back here instead of under the plane where they are traditionally sometimes, and 2 wings. And these are mainly reference shots, and just to see, I mean, they're pretty notorious supposedly for following our aircraft, so you never know, you might as well film ours too, just to get a good mix. It's a sustained shot, it's not flashing any lights. I mean, the camera kind of does have issues zooming, which I guess you could attribute to the other, but it's just kind of weird how it seems to materialize, and it seems to be just as the light comes on. I didn't see anything like that. That brings us to today. I've been watching a lot of Mr. MBB's channel lately, where he's been getting footage or pictures basically, sometimes footage, of people looking up at contrails and then capturing what's actually leaving it and noticing it's not a plane. Just looking at this one right off the bat, you can see there's kind of not really a plane at the front of this one. It just seems to be contrail leaving itself. It's so high that you can't actually tell what it is. But anyway, once I got closer to the building I was going into, I had to open up my phone and take some actual pictures of it. And I got some insane ones. What is this? What is this? That's not a plane. I Googled, how high does a plane and how to be in terms of altitude before. It just looks like a featureless dot. And that's not even a question anybody's asked, so I really don't have an answer for this. It's leaving 2, distinct contrails like I assume you would imagine a plane would. It was, way too high for me to capture with my camera, but zoomed in all the way. I mean video, but when you zoom in like this, I got a couple good pictures actually. Just another one. You can see the real distinct difference in the size of the trail it's leaving versus the craft, which is not in any way recognizable as a point. This is much more of a saucer, or maybe like that orb that we saw at the front, at the beginning of the video. This is probably the best one. This is right when the sun was catching it. Maybe not clearly as distinct of an orb as the one in the footage, but this is still not anywhere near an airplane shape. This is possibly experimental aircraft, one of ours, but definitely not something that you would see every day. I have no clue what this is. This could possibly be a land flare, or even a second craft, another walker, maybe giving this one an escort. I couldn't capture it in any other pictures, but you can clearly see it here where the sun was hitting, so it's always possible this is just a lens flare too. But honestly, I have no clue what's going on with this anymore. As we go, it is definitely a documentary. I think the only difference being that your cell phone or the sunglasses. I'm having a hard time getting Mr. MB333 or Secure Team or any other major media outlets to pay attention to this, so feel free to redistribute it. All the clips are mine. If you're interested in the source clips or working on the material, just give me a shout over DM. Check out 201@2am.com. There's a couple different ways in there you can support this research or find some additional content that doesn't have to do with this necessarily. And of course, subscribe and hit that bell if you guys want to see more future videos about this. But take care. Peace.